A pleasant day to our Professor Rosalie Sebastian and to our dear classmates. I am RiezleAnn Limen and I will be the discussant for this topic entitled The Determinants of Personality. Define personality. Personality can be defined as those inner psychological characteristics that both determine and reflect how a person think and act in an environment. So when we say psychological characteristics, it refers to the mental process of a human, how they perceive things and how they respond to the given social stimulus. Like for example, when a person is in the middle of chaos, we can determine his or her personality based on his or her actions. Another, the inner characteristic of personality are specific qualities, attributes, traits, factors, and mannerisms that distinguish one individual from other individuals. Personalities are likely to influence the individual's product and store choices. They also affect the way consumers respond to a firm's communication efforts. Personality is not a pattern, therefore it is unique. Personality can be based and developed, and it can be influenced based on the different factors. Next, let's talk about the meaning of personality. The word personality is derived from a Greek word persona, which means to speak through. Personality is the combination of characteristics or qualities that forms a person's unique identity. When we say to speak through, doesn't always mean speaking verbally. Personality can be defined or identified through characteristics, internal and external qualities, how people act or behave, even how they dress, speak, and socialize other people in a certain group. It signifies the role which a person plays in public. Every individual has a unique, personal, and major determinant of his behavior that defines his or her personality. Man is not born a person, right? At birth, he is an infant possessing the potentiality of becoming a person. After birth, he associates with other human beings and comes under the influence of their culture. As a result of variety experiences and social influences, he becomes a person and comes to possess a personality. So all babies born crying, and that's how they behave the moment they came out from their mother's womb, right? Eventually, when they grow older, that child starts to associate with other things such as the culture, other people, and other experiences that the child went through to possess a personality. Now, let's see how other people describe personality. So, personality definition by authors. No common definition of personality has far been arrived at. Every individual defines personality in a very different way, which includes trait factors and physical appearance. To define personality is very broad. It has no specific explanation because it comes after many factors. So let's hear some definition from the authors. We have from Gordon Alford. He says that the dynamic organization within an individual of those psycho-physical systems that determine his unique adjustments to his environment. And according to Fred Lutan's, personality is how people affect others and how they understand and view themselves, as well as their pattern of inner and outer measurable traits and the person-situation interaction. Now let's talk about personality in organizational behavior, or the OB. Personality in organizational behavior of an individual plays an extremely important role in assessing the behavior of a person at an organization. When we say organization, it composed of group of people working together. Every person has its unique personality and behave differently toward others. But since they are working on the same page, they're supposed to be flexible to make things work productively. In case an individual who is holding a senior position in an organization has a wrong type of personality, it may lead to a very bad impact on the relationship, and ultimately it may lead to protests and unrest at the workplace. So personality, the same personality is very important in an organization to make all things work productively. Psychology says that our personality is mainly a result of major determinants. The determinants of the personality can be grouped in 5 broad categories, which are biological factors, the cultural factors, the family, social, and situational factors. These are the factors to determine the personality of a human being. The first factor is biological factor. Biology is the study of all living things, including humans' body parts, and it has a scientific explanation on a certain things. So the study of the biological contribution to personality may be studied under 3 heads. We have heredity, the brain, and physical features. Heredity. Heredity refers to those factors that were determined at conception: physical stature, facial attractiveness, gender, temperament, muscle composition and reflexes, energy level, and biological rhythms are characteristics that are considered to be inherent from one's parents. The heredity approach argues that the ultimate explanation of an individual's personality is the molecular structure of the genes located in the chromosomes. So personality is determined through genetic heredity, such as the physical characteristics and individual personality are inherent from the parents. It says here that the ultimate factor of one's personality is heredity. So like for example, there is always one child who acts the same with his mother or father. So when the father is an extrovert person, he will surely have a child who is extrovert too. The brain. The second biological approach is to concentrate on the role that the brain plays in personality. The psychologists are unable to prove empirically the contribution of the human brain in influencing personality. Preliminary results from the electrical stimulation of the brain, or the ESB research, give an indication that a better understanding of human personality and behavior might come from the study of the brain. So the brain and the human mind, these are biological and psychological aspects to be considered in determining one's personality, right? Our brain functions to input all the information through our senses, and our mind, which is the mental process to perceive things logically. So things that we can learn through our mind can build someone's personality. So like for example, a professional people acts differently than the other people who are still young, right? They are different in how to respond to social stimulus, how to speak, how to dress, and how to deal things because they are mentally matured. Physical features. A vital ingredient of the personality, an individual's external appearance is biologically determined. The fact that a person is tall or short, fat or skinny, black or white will influence the person's effect on the others, and this in turn will affect the self-concept. So the self-concept of a person is determined through external appearance, how they look and how other people look at them. This can also be considered as one of the factors that affect one personality. So like for example, way back many years ago in United States of America, there is a discrimination between the white and the black people. White people are more dominant in any field, and most of them have a strong personality. However, in the other hand, black people are really afraid to show off themselves in the community. Next, let's talk about the cultural factors. Among the factors that influence personality formation is the culture in which we are raised, early conditioning, norms prevailing within the family, friends, and social groups, and other miscellaneous experiences that impact us. The culture largely determines attitudes towards independence, aggression, competition, cooperation, and a host of other human responses. According to Paul H. Musen, each culture expects and trains its members to behave in a way that are acceptable to the group. To a marked degree, the child's cultural group defines the range of experiences and situations he is likely to encounter and the values and personality characteristics that will be reinforced and hence learned. So I cannot imagine the number of people living in this earth, and I believe that they were divided into many different cultures and traditions. So cultural factor plays a big role in building one's personality. Personalities develop the way they raise, train to behave in an acceptable manner, and through the experiences in the cultural group. So like for example, we have the Muslim group of people, our friends, one of the larger cultural group around the world. They are dressed according to what is acceptable in their culture and religion, especially to the women. So most Muslim people that I have been encountered and became my friends, they have a very strong personality and principles that influence from their culture. So like for example, I have one of the things I love from their culture is that they really have the passion and willingness to help their family to be successful in life. Talk about the family factors. The family probably has the most significant impact on an early personality development. A substantial amount of empirical evidence indicates that the overall home environment created by the parents, in addition to their direct influence, is critical to personality development. The parents plays a special important part in the identification process, which is important to the person's early development. The family is the most essential and the smallest group of people and has a great and significant impact to every child's development that always starts at home. Our home should be a healthy environment to develop child's early personality. Parents should be the model of a good personality and should train their child to be a better person when they grow older. Next, social factors. There is increasing recognition given to the role of other relevant persons, groups, and especially organizations, which greatly influence an individual's personality. This is commonly called the socialization process. Socialization starts with the initial contact between a mother and her new infant. After infancy, other members of the immediate family, the father, the brothers and sisters, and close relatives or friends. Then the social group, the peers, the school friends, and members of the work group play influential roles. So socialization process is where the child is being exposed to other people. First is the child will socialize within the member of the family, the mother, the father, and siblings. When they get older, they will go to school and they will be exposed to different types and group of people. So the different characteristics that can be a great factor to be influenced by that child. So like for example, in a religious community, wherein saying bad and doing bad is strictly prohibited. So the child will have no concept of doing evil things. That child will surely develop a positive and good character that may influence from the community. The last but not the least, the situational factors. Human personality is also influenced by situational factors. The effect of the environment is quite strong. Knowledge, skills, and language are obviously acquired and represent important modifications of behavior. According to Milgram, situation exerts an important press on the individual. It exercises constraints and may provide a push. In certain circumstances, it is not so much the kind of person a man is, as the kind of situation in which he is placed that determines his action. We should therefore not look at the personality pattern in isolation. So situational factors came from individuals' experiences. Knowledge and skill are basically gained through learning experiences in school. A person who is knowledgeable can act according to what is morally accepted. They behave in a good manner. However, we do not generalize this kind of concept because not all educated persons behave in a good manner, right? In all situations that we are in, it always brings us lesson. It will always help us develop the way we perceive things in life. How to deal with it? We started to become mature that changes our behavior. So like for example, people who were raised in poverty and had experienced the difficulty in life, these experiences will change the way they think, right? Their personality is strong enough to face challenges towards in achieving their goals in life. This is a very high risk factor in influencing one's personality. It is important to treat people nicely, whether in school, in work, or in any organization that we are connected in right now. So these are the factors in determining one's personality. Okay, to end this session, I would like to share this quote with you. Came from Milton H. Erickson. To keep yourself motivated in doing all the tasks that you need. So, the most important thing in changing human behavior is the person's motivation. So, if we want success in life, let us always remove our unproductive behavior. Okay? So, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!